What is esoteric fascism? Esoteric fascism, also known as esoteric Nazism or esoteric Hitlerism, refers to a range of mystical interpretations and adaptations of Nazism. After the Second World War, esoteric interpretations of the Third Reich were adapted into new religious movements of white nationalism and neo-Nazism. They included beliefs in finding a mythical Hyperborea, also known as Agartha. In Greek mythology, the Hyperboreans were a mythical people who lived in the far northern part of the known world. Their name appears to derive from the Greek, beyond Boreas, the god of the north wind. Despite their location in an otherwise frigid part of the world, the Hyperboreans were believed to inhabit a sunny, temperate, and divinely blessed land. In many versions of the story, they lived north of the Riphean mountains, which shielded them from the effects of the cold north wind. The oldest myths portray them as the favorites of Apollo, and some ancient Greek writers regarded the Hyperboreans as the mythical founders of Apollo's shrines at Delos and Delphi. Modern scholars consider the Hyperborean myth to be an amalgam of ideas from ancient utopianism. A utopia is typically describes an imaginary community or society that possesses highly desirable or near-perfect qualities for its members. Greek legend claims the Boreads, descendants of Boreas and the snow nymph Chione, founded the first theocratic monarchy in Hyperborea. Classical sources describe the Boreads as 10 feet, 3 meters, tall but offer no other physical descriptions. Some ancient writers suggested they resembled the fair-haired Arimaspe, although this is debated. Herodotus placed Hyperborea beyond the Massagetai and Isidones, implying a Siberian location. Karl P. Ruck proposed northern Xinjiang as a possible Hyperborea, identifying its inhabitants as Chinese. Amber from the north led Greeks to imagine Hyperborea as a warm land beyond the north wind. Scandinavians later identified with Hyperboreans, a notion popular in 17th century Sweden, which linked Hyperborea and Atlantis with Scandinavia. Recently, Hyperborean imagery has been appropriated by neo-Nazi groups on TikTok. The Institute for Strategic Dialogue reported in 2021 that Hyperborean symbols were being used as esoteric Nazi symbols, including a meme called WhatsApp Borea, leading to the removal of the hashtag WhatsApp Borea by TikTok. Savitri Devi, a French-born Greek writer, was a key post-war advocate of esoteric Hitlerism, which deified Hitler and linked his Aryanist ideology to the pan-Hindu Indian independence movement and figures like Subhas Chandra Bose. Devi saw the swastika as a symbol of Aryan unity and revered the Indian caste system as a model for racial segregation to maintain Aryan purity. Devi considered Hitler the ninth avatar of Vishnu and believed his defeat was due to his excessive magnanimity. She anticipated a future leader, Kalki, who would act with ruthless efficiency to eliminate all enemies of the divine cause. Robert Charu, an ancient astronaut theorist, claimed the Hyperboreans, a Nordic white race, were extraterrestrial. His ideas influenced esoteric Nazism, especially Miguel Serrano. Serrano, a former Chilean diplomat, wrote about Aryan blood's extraterrestrial origins and believed Hitler would return with a fleet of UFOs to lead a final battle against dark forces. David Myatt later developed a version of Nazism based on Savitri Devi's principles, focusing on its spiritual aspects and treating Hitler as a savior. Carl Gustav Jung's analysis of Hitler as an archetype of the collective Aryan unconscious influenced Serrano, who believed Hitler's actions were driven by this force. Post-1945, neo-Nazi writers connected Aryan origins to Shambhala and Aldebaran, proposing theories about Nazi survival in Antarctica and underground bases. In neo-paganism, groups like the Armanen Orden have evolved post-World War II. While many northern European neo-pagan groups reject neo-Nazism, others, such as the Artgemeinschaft, maintain close ties to it, especially in Germany.